What's good? It's your boy, JayThat'sMe. Let's dive into AEW Dynamite for September the 13th, 2023. But before we do, we have to discuss some major breaking news, and that is Jade Cargill is going to be signing with WWE, which is massive. I am 1000% in support of this. I've been a Jade Cargill fan for quite some time, and I kind of always figured that she would end up with WWE because she has so much mainstream appeal and she's got a lot of charisma. She's great look. So this is a massive win for both WWE and Jade Cargill. And I think that WWE is going to definitely use Jade Cargill correctly. And that's because AEW used her correctly, as best they could. And it makes perfect sense. I'm glad that Jade Cargill left AEW because that rabid fan base, for whatever reason, hates her. And I don't understand why. I don't. It's mind-boggling to me. But this is great. And WWE continues to sign these Amazon-type women, such as Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Raquel Rodriguez, and now Jade Cargill. And hopefully, in due time, we can see Jordynne Grace in that mix as well. This is great. This is absolutely great. And I do hope that Jordynne Grace decides to go to WWE. I think she would fit perfectly well in WWE for sure. I do. I think Jordynne Grace would be tremendous in WWE. I think she would. She fit there like a glove because WWE is actually trying to give you a different variety in their women's division, where you'll have your small, petite women. Well, you'll have your petite women, such as like Io Sky and Asuka and Liv Morgan and others. And then you got your model types, like your Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez, your Tiffany Strattons. And then you've got your Amazons, like Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill, Raquel Rodriguez, and Bianca Belair. I'm just saying that this is a massive win for WWE. So, it's just going to hurt WWE. It's just going to hurt AEW in the long run. Probably not, because they're probably going to bring Mercedes Moné in due time, whenever her ankle has fully healed. And they're probably going to bring in Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Edge. Don't know when, but we'll probably see Edge there as well. So, it's interesting, because we're going to continue to see that constant jump talent going to over here to WWE, another talent going to AEW. It's going to be like that for a while, especially in 2024. But I'm happy. This is great, and I do think that WWE will use Jade Cargill right. I think Jade's going to be a massive star in WWE for sure. Absolutely. And this is going to be tremendous. All right, let's go ahead and get into Dynamite. So we kick the show off as per usual. We always have a match, never really a promo segment of any sort at all. Hardly ever. So, first match of the night, it's for the AEW International Championship, that being Jon Moxley versus Big Bill, my bad, W. Morrissey. Let's go with that. So, Moxley defeats Big Bill, a.k.a. W. Morrissey. He defeats him with the triangle choke. And it's a fucking Moxley match. So, he's going to bleed everywhere, which he does. So, post-match, Danielson gets involved. There's a brawl that breaks out between Danielson and Ricky Starks. So this set continues their feud. And I think Danielson came out in the middle of the match as well. So, there's that. Again, I feel bad for W. Morrissey. I do. I really, really do. It absolutely sucks. I wish that he would have went to WWE versus going to AEW. I mean, I'm serious. Like, Morrissey is jacked. W. Morrissey's fucking jacked, dude. Like, I don't get it. Moving on. So, Renee Paquette is backstage. She's talking to Roderick Strong about the World Title Eliminator Final against Samoa Joe. But Adam Cole interrupts to state his concern for Roddy's neck. So, then Roderick Strong proceeds to mock Adam Cole before promising to beat Samoa Joe and get his World Championship shot next week against MJF. And so the Kingdom and Roderick Strong dip out, leaving Adam Cole concerned. I'm like, oh. Moving on. So this leads us into Tony Schiavone. He's out in the ring. He welcomes Don Callis. He and Konosuke Takeshita are ready to unveil a masterpiece. So, Don Callis says, when you beat someone like Kenny Omega twice in 7 days, you're no longer the ace, but the alpha. He says, because you're the alpha, you don't fear, but rather take and take more. Beating Omega was not enough for Don Callis, because now he's going to break Kenny Omega's heart. He promises to unveil a masterpiece here, unveiling the next target of the alpha to be one Kota Ibushi. And I am all in for this shit. Let's fucking go. This is great. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. I'm all in for this shit. It'll probably happen at Wrestle Dream. So Don Callis promises that they're going to not just beat Kota Ibushi, but butcher him. And Don Callis is looking forward to having Omega watch it happen from home. So this is great. I do like this. It makes perfect sense. Again, sign me up for Konosuke Takeshita and Kota Ibushi. It's going to be great. Moving on. So Alex Marvez talks to the Blackpool Combat Club, where Bryan Danielson lays out a challenge to Ricky Starks for Saturday on Collision. So they begin to start to dress their title matches at Dynamite Grand Slam. So Rey Fenix walks up. Him and Eddie Kingston show up to give the Blackpool Combat Club some grief. So Phoenix is yelling at Mox, but Kingston simply tells Claudio one more week, and then he laughs, and then he dips out. One more week, man. So I assume this is title versus title, and I was correct in that assessment. And we all know that Eddie Kingston's going to win next week anyway, so that does make perfect sense. Moving on. So, Renee Paquette is backstage with Hook and Orange Cassidy. So Orange Cassidy said Hook seems upset, but has no reason. He's here in AEW and has a championship. Orange used to have a championship. Hook commends him on the run before they bump fists. Hook walks away, and Renee asks Cassidy how he's doing, and he said he's still tired. Okay, I'm fine with that. I wish that Hook would talk more instead of just saying a couple of words here and there. I don't like that. They need to get him to open up. I mean, the guy's only, 23, 24, I think? Come on, man. You got to open up, dog. You got to open up. Come on. This leads us into a match I didn't care about and I didn't really watch at all. The Fatal 4-Way. For a shot at Saraya's championship. Britt Baker, Toni Storm, Nyla Rose, and Hikaru Shida. So, Toni Storm gets the win. Right decision there. So, that's fine. So, Baker and Shida, they argue, and then Nyla Rose leaves with Marina Shafir. Who cares? Again, Britt Baker has fallen so far down the totem pole. It's unreal. They need to bring in Mercedes Moné quickly. They need to bring her in very, very quickly. Because Britt Baker has nothing to do. Like, she's not even really doing anything now. She's just there. But again, I don't understand why Toni Storm had to win a Fatal 4-Way. She would have been the most logical choice to win anyway. It shouldn't have been a Fatal 4-Way. It should have just been a one-on-one match. Britt Baker versus Toni Storm. The winner faces Saraya. And I do think that Saraya will probably lose next week. To me, she's a transitional champion. Let's just be honest. Moving on. So, Renee Paquette, once again, is backstage talking to Saraya and Ruby Soho about their match next week. Next week. So, Saraya talks about Toni Storm losing her mind, how she lost her friends and everything else. But next week, she loses the match because Saraya will walk out still champion. I don't believe that at all. That was just done because Saraya was in her hometown, in her home country, so that's why. Now we're back on American soil. I'm pretty sure Tony Khan is going to switch the titles. Again, it makes more sense. It makes more sense that way. Saraya is okay. She's more suited for a manager role. I mean, she can't take bumps like that. She can't take bumps. So she's not as useful as she could be if she, never got injured by Mercedes Moné. Just stating the obvious fact. So, let's move on to the Sex Gods. So, Jericho talks about the history that Sammy Guevara and him share and that they have made for the past 4 years. They've had a bunch of ups and downs and ups and ins. They've had, since the very first episode of Dynamite, offering a video package to show us what happened. So, the two of them share a laugh, and then Jericho talks about seeing Sammy Guevara for the first time, and how he's blown away, and telling Tony Khan that he needed to sign into AEW. Chris Jericho knew Sammy had what it took to be a big star, not really, and wanted to help him out as much as possible. over the years, he's watched Sammy grow from a boy to a man and says he's proud of all he's done for over the years. Sammy says he didn't want to do the typical wrestling thing and talk trash because Jericho has inspired him for so long. He thanks Jericho for changing so many people's lives because without him, there would be no AEW, but he wouldn't get into this business or AEW. But he didn't get into this business or AEW to be Jericho's sidekick. He came into this business to be the best, but he can't do it if he stays in Jericho's shadow. So he must beat Chris Jericho next week. Jericho says, what Sammy said is true, but he didn't bring Sammy in to be a sidekick. So, he hypes up the importance of the match, agreeing that Sammy Guevara must beat Jericho in order to get to the next level, and to beat him, he has to be the best Sammy Guevara he can be. Jericho doesn't think Sammy can, something that Sammy Guevara takes issues with, as he says the man standing in front of Chris Jericho right now is going to beat him. He's going to earn Jericho's respect, so they shake hands. They're going to shake hands, and then they're going to win those tag team titles. So Sammy Guevara offers a handshake, so Chris Jericho accepts it before putting him in for a warning. Next week, he's going to give Sammy Guevara the match of his life, and he's not going to make it easy. He's going to give Sammy everything he's got, and he expects the same from Sammy, who says he won't want it any other way. They shake hands, and then they leave the ring, and then they stare each other down. So that's fine there. Again, who's going to go over next week? Probably Sammy Guevara for whatever reason. Hopefully they turn Sammy heel. They need it. Jericho doing this babyface run is fine. He's more likable as a babyface than a heel, even though Jericho can play both roles to perfection. But Sammy Guevara does need this win, and I'm not really a fan of Sammy Guevara. He's just a spot monkey. But Sammy Guevara does need this win, and I'm pretty sure Chris Jericho will put over Sammy Guevara. After Sammy beats Chris Jericho, where does he go from here? So, continuing on, MJF and Adam Cole are backstage. So, MJF isn't cleared to wrestle tonight, but he'll be ready for Dynamite Grand Slam. So, MJF talks about Roderick Strong and Samoa Joe being the finalists of the tournament, running both guys down before he specifically promises he's going to choke out Samoa Joe before cutting the Steiner math promo with an AEW twist and promising the results will spell out disaster for him and Arthur Ashe, that being one Samoa Joe. Really good stuff there. Enjoyed that. Got a little chuckle out of that. Next, this leads us into Brian Cage versus Hangman Adam Page. Hangman gets the win via the Deadeye. And then post-match, Hangman gets on the mic and runs down Swerve, saying Swerve doesn't have what it takes to face Page himself. Swerve responds by saying those sound like fighting words, calling Page names, before saying they do this when Swerve says, where he says, and he chooses the place that birthed Swerve, laying the challenge down for October 1st at Wrestle Dream. Interesting stuff there. Really good stuff. Swerve said that he's going to make sure Hangman isn't going to be comfortable going into that match. So the Mogul Embassy will tune him up some more. So Brian Cage proceeds to beat down Hangman, and then Prince Nana is dancing around like a clown. So the Young Bucks, they run in to make the save. They do a super kick to to Brian Cage and Prince Nana. So I'm fine with all this. This does make sense. Wrestle Dream is in, 3 weeks? So that's pretty cool there. So we can still get some more stuff between Adam Page and Swerve. And hopefully this starts a feud. So we started at Wrestle Dream, continue it on to Full Gear, and then we could end it maybe at Revolution next year. We really want a lengthy feud with this. That's what I would do, though. Moving on. Renee Paquette. She is backstage with Daniel Garcia, who wants to talk about how popular he's been as of late before Don Callis comes out to offer him a spot, only to be hushed and given a dance by Garcia, who walks off. Callis likes what he sees, telling Garcia, let's make some money. So, really good shit there, I guess. Then we get a video package of Jade Cargill returning at Collision, showing she's ready to take back her TBS championship this Friday on Rampage. Which, it doesn't happen. Spoiler alert, she loses. So, this leads us into a match I didn't really watch or care about. That's Darby Allin and Nick Wayne versus 2.0. So, Darby and Nick Wayne get the win. Post-match, Christian Cage gets up from the commentary desk, gets on the mic. He runs down Nick Wayne and his mom before running down Darby Allin and Sting. As the franchise player, Christian Cage finds this embarrassing. Not only losing to the Cleveland Browns embarrassing, but still. Christian Cage says he doesn't take the fall. He didn't take the fall in that match, nor did he have his regular partner with him, before promising a tag match at Grand Slam. So, I'm fine with this. Again, I'm not a fan of Luchasaurus, but it is what it is. I like Christian. He kicks major ass. I'm loving his heel stick right now. It's tremendous. It's fucking tremendous. Really good stuff there. And then we get the main event. Roderick Strong versus Samoa Joe. Winner faces MJF at Grand Slam. Samoa Joe gets the win. He chokes out Roderick Strong. So I looked on my phone. It was 9:53. I'm like, we have 7 minutes left. What's going to happen? So Adam Cole comes out post-match, and immediately Roderick Strong, he falls down, and he starts seeing his neck, starts screaming his neck. And so the medics and other personnel, they come out, referees and all that, they come out. They get the gurney for him. They do like this long stretcher spot. It goes on for like 3 or 4 minutes. Adam Cole then argues with the Kingdom. They start talking trash to each other and everything else. And then out of nowhere, my boy Samoa Joe comes in and chokes out Adam and puts him to sleep. So Samoa Joe yells he's taking everything from MJF next week. Adam Cole passes out. And Samoa Joe is just mouthing stuff. Like, Joe is like intense as fuck. Like, I loved it. In that moment, I was like, you know what? Put the championship on Samoa Joe. I like MJF. He's great. He's good. But damn it, put the title on Samoa Joe. Just do it. Just do it. Samoa Joe is that damn good. Put the title on Samoa Joe. Will they do it? Probably not. So AEW Dynamite was okay for the most part. But what did you guys think? Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for more videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
to the end.